I'm gay, and I was born gay. Three weird facts about me. Number one, I love photography. Number two, I love cookies and cream ice cream. And number three, I love American Horror Story. I know it's kind of weird that I kind of put it in like this, but oh well, I'm just gonna go with it. Anyway, so those are weird three facts about me. A little bit about myself. My name is Garrett Wayne Clark. I'm 21 years old. I'm from Detroit, Michigan, and born and raised, and I inspired to be a storyteller, photographer. So that's really what I'm trying to focus on right here. I like to do journalism, from everything from music to podcasts to blog posts, everything in media communications, everything. I go to Full Sail University, by the way, for the actual degree program, so it's pretty cool. And I've been down here for a year, so it's been really, really amazing so far. I can't even tell you how much I'm loving the weather, I'm loving the people, and most importantly, I'm just loving the new skills and assets I'm learning down here today. I need to get this out in order for me to help better grow as a person and also help better grow and help my community as well. And for all that to start, it needs to start with me. I'm gay, and I was born gay, at least I believe so. I found out at a very young age that I was a little bit different than most other kids growing up. I was bullied a lot because of it, and I will admit, like during that time, I bottled up a lot of my emotions. I suppressed it all, and I just really just kind of let that just drag me down. It just made me feel terrible. Like I can't even tell you like how much like just coming home and then like having to like like think about that. Yeah, like growing up it wasn't easy. I was born and raised in Detroit, so I lived both of my halves in the city and as well as the suburbs. 5th grade, I stayed in a little area called Clinton Township, Sterling Heights, Michigan. I stayed there for a little while from the rest of my life on up, and I've seen both sides, a lot of it. It was a 180 flip for me. So 5th grade, having to be placed in that environment, I will admit it felt acting like a girl or doing this or doing that, and I really didn't have no idea what that actually really meant. To me it was just more of just characteristics, that certain people did, and I necessarily did not think that the actions behind that were actual terms, such as gay or all these crazy terms for it. And I didn't really know what gay was, to be honest, so it was just kind of there. I was either awkward or it was just Garrett was weird, Garrett was this, so it was a whole plethora full of things, but it is what it is. I kind of figured out that I was a little bit different than most, but it's okay. I was just still being me. I also had internalized racism on top of that. I'm proud to say that these are my weaknesses, and I want to work on it, and only for me to fix and work on those things is that I'm gonna have it out. Throughout elementary school, it was kind of rough making friends here or there, but still didn't let that stop me. Just still kind of kept to myself, just kept quiet, and just kept pushing in what I did things. 8th grade year, awkward stage of my life. All started, I liked this guy, head over heels in fact. I'm not gonna say names, but initials, GH. Anyways, sat next to this person and just kind of thought that, like, really nice, sweet, sympathetic guy. Really didn't know him too much. I was really still new. Eventually just kind of built and trickled feelings, I guess originally it started to the fact that I assumed or thought that he was gay, but and it kept building on and building on. It got to a point where around April of that year, I just had to come out and tell him. Had to say it, couldn't hold it on any longer. And I'm talking about this was way past the infatuation stage. I'm talking about I was thinking of scenarios in my head that were just puppy dog love. Like I'm talking about way past that kind of love. So had to tell him around April. And of course, me being a shy, very awkward person, I didn't want to tell him in person. So what I tried to do was to get his attention and let him know, say, hey, listen, can you text me after school? I'll tell you what's going on. So after I got off the bus and I got home that day, I started talking to him and just kind of went from there. How was your day? How's it going? And I was still very fearful and very nervous inside, and my heart was racing. Like, oh my gosh, like I don't know how to tell him. I don't know how he'll react. I don't know what he'll say. Is he gonna punch me in the face? Like, those are things I was thinking in my head at 8th grade, because back then, you know, like it was a little bit different. You know, being the only gay kid in school, probably being gay wasn't really common, or at least I didn't know a lot. So it's like, it was kind of a little rocky. So I told him, you know, I told him through text, and not the best idea. Not only was it a sad, sympathetic, well, not even a sad, sympathetic, but just a gentle letdown, more of a gentle letdown, better word. Not only was it just a gentle letdown, but I found out that this person did not feel the same way, and that he wasn't of that sexuality. So I'm just like, oh shoot, like, great, you really don't like me, now you're not gay, bro. I really must feel like a fool. So, promise he wouldn't tell anyone. I took his word for it and thought, you know, maybe it would just get a little better, maybe no one know about this, but nope, didn't happen. Told his best friend told the whole school, and then went down from there. That whole year, 8th grade year, didn't want to talk to anyone, didn't want to make friends, didn't want to go places, didn't want to track. The most absolute anxiety-filled, depression, emotional roller coaster of my life. Crazy ride. Moving forward a little bit into high school, you know, like during that summer, 8th grade, yeah, it was still kind of shaky, you know, but high school, it did get a little bit better around the 9th grade year. You know, still in my awkward stage, still not really knowing anyone, but over the years, as it kept going, it got more easier and more easier. I know the whole "it gets better" that you guys probably heard before. It's not cliche, you guys. I'm being real with you. It really, really does get better. And I can't tell you guys how it does. Like, that time in my life, I felt like was my absolute low. And not only the fact that the whole school knew, and the fact that I felt alone, but I just felt alienated, you know, in and outside of school, everywhere I went, you know, in my own head, I just bottled up and suppressed these emotions, which made me only grow more and more internalized racism, anger, and homophobia towards myself. A lot of things that I'm not proud of towards other people, but looking back on those things and realizing that that pain, that struggle, all that, it's not doing any good just to hold on to it no more. I'm not gonna hold on to it any longer. You know? And it really all starts with just opening up and just talking, you know? Just find someone you know, you trust, you love. Talk to them, you know, just express yourself. And the reason why I really express this is because growing up throughout those years, like, and not saying a thing, it really eats at you inside. It eats at you, it consumes you, it makes you into a totally different person. And with that being said, it's just really important to express how you feel and say all those things and get what's off your chest, because with that, you're not gonna go any far. After the years of going through that experience, middle school, high school, a little bit after, one of the things I will say that I highly recommend, actually emphasize this greatly to everyone. Number one, don't bottle up your emotions, suppress them, none of that. It just eats at you. It will eat you, consume you, and just make you feel like crap for no reason. Every single day when I got home from school, regardless of whether I had a good day, bad day, any kind of day, it was easy for me to flip back into that negative headspace and stay leached onto that for quite a long time. Usually when I get into that, I'm just shut down and don't talk and don't do any of that. So it's important that you get what's off your mind, off your chest. Say what you need to say, don't bottle your emotions, say how you feel. Because without this, it's just really going to eat at you. It's going to consume you. It's going to turn you into a person that you don't want to be. You don't ever want to be. Number 2, don't let anyone stop you or tell you that you can't do this, you can't do that, or you're not doing something. And I know it's a little bit easier said than done, but it's one of the things I wish I would have learned a little bit a while back. I let people walk over me, tear me down, beat me up, alterate me, and for what? Just to fit into a crowd that I was better off standing out and being myself. I tried so hard to fit in when it was so easy for me to stand out. What's the point, if you think about it? And lastly, number 3, love is love. Follow your heart, because at the end of the day, we're all human. And no matter what anyone says to you, how they feel, or what they think about it, out of any context at all, do what's right here. Your heart's more important. Don't focus on no one else. Only follow you and nothing but you. So, those are literally my main 3 points I just wanted to express and say to my old former self and to everyone else. Those are things in which that I would have learned and I want to pass on to everyone else. I thank everyone for taking the time out to watch this video. If you love my video and would like to see me more or hear more, click like, subscribe. There will be a link to the blog post as well attached to the story, so you can read the full story of the juicy details on what's going on. And from that point forward, I will keep you guys posted, keep you guys contact. But if you guys have any questions at all, feel free to hit me up, send a reply, anything at all.